What is up, everyone, and welcome back to another fun and exciting Tempest Trials, the best mode in the entire game, all thanks to the sacred seals that we receive. But before we begin talking about them, let's listen to the heroes talk trash once again. Oh, there you go, Helbindi. It's been much too long, wouldn't you agree? My massive melons all over the place. Flustered, come with good news for you after all. Look at me, I've got big melons. You can suck on them. Oh, I mean, your little sister is in a place of joy. What's that supposed to mean? A place where she's free from suffering, spending her time without care or worry. Would you like to see her? Only listening to you is no good. You like to messing with people's minds. Smarter than me in my heap and a half. So I better stuff my fingers in my ears. Stuff my fingers in my ears. Well, if you have followed directions so well before, you could stuff your fingers somewhere else, dear. Or maybe your sister would still be alive, yeah. Bah, damn you. I want to see you. Shame to keep her waiting. The love siblings share so beautiful thing. You must have guessed by now, I'm not from Muspel. Oh no, rather a realm beyond. I take you to your sister if I so please. I need her to take her to a place. I'm gonna kill your ass. I'm gonna smother your face with my massive boobs and choke you to death. She's been absolutely dying to see you. God, Loki is so terrible. Just listening to the things that she says, in all caps, dying to see you. I say, you hear me? Just one little request. You wait. What? Here comes a pesky little rodent. We'll finish this later. Pesky little rodent! I'll stab your ass with this little tiny little sandcastle building thing. So lonely, I thought I might die. Yeah, there's something wrong. What are you nothing wrong? Now let's get out of here. We gotta bust through the damn vortex, right? Yeah. Okay, well now we get this Helbindi defeat the vortex. That's wonderful. Now I managed to have a Ylgr, so I do have something to start with for 40%. But let's talk about the reward, shall we? So I took a look at the stats this horrible being carries, and it is absolutely out of control. You know, I invested a lot on my bunny crom. You know, way back when they first had alts, bunny crom was one of the first alts that they have, along with Camilla and etc. etc. And then now, everything that I have done up to that point, well, from that point was wasted, because characters like these exist. Have you seen her stats? They're like 35, 36. It's just, and like really good defense. It's just absolutely out of control. Still, being a free unit, it is a good thing to have, because I mean, just look at what she's got. She's got this fun little shoreline rake, which gives attack and dev. It's not all that great, but being axe means a variation of fun and exciting things, like, oh, I don't know, sacrificing our big ol' Dorcas for Halloween Dorcas for his Halloween axe, and then you'll be unstoppable. The even dev rate was nothing. The flashing blade is also kind of not quite an A slot skill, at least not for melee anyway. I suppose you could use it because her base stats is really that high. But if you're gonna do that, you might as well upgrade to Flashing Blade 4. And Flashing Blade 4, as you probably know, is pretty tough to get. I don't even remember who has it anymore. I think it was Marita who has it. Yeah, I think it was Marita. So that's gonna be a pain to get. Armored Blow, unfortunately, is a terrible, terrible seal. I mean, I guess you could complement it with the other stuff that you have, but if you have access to Sturdy Impact, you have more than enough defense on the attack. It's okay. I mean, yeah, generally you could attack someone and you want to survive and be able to deliver a second blow. Armored Blow might be worthwhile, but in general, you should be okay, especially if you already have Sturdy Impact. course, I don't have sturdy impact, so I can't pull that off. But actually, thinking back on it, Armored Blow does have another use, because I was doing the Rooker rate sieges before, and there are some characters that, like, for example, City Mongolian Lin doesn't have a lot of defense, so when they hit the Rooker, they end up taking a little bit more damage. See, I was using a guard build that, if I take too much damage, then when I get a dancer to make my City Mongolian Lin move again, oopsie daisy, my quad Brave Bow actually makes the Rocker, I'm just gonna call it Rocker, Jesus Christ. The Rocker loses charge, and hey, guess what? I reached 9, now the stupid thing is like in the middle of all my team, dealing 15 damage to all my characters, and I'm in trouble. But, you know, that's pretty much the only mechanic they have. I could easily use Witchy Wand, but, well, you know, I need to showcase something. You know what? I'll just showcase the video in a bit. You'll understand what I'm talking about in a bit. But Armored Blow does have uses in, like, these kinds of situations where you just gotta make sure that your damage threshold does not get reduced. Your health threshold does not get reduced to a certain point if you wanted to trigger something like Guard or something like that. But it's really, unless you're really afraid of your unit getting one-shotted by a counter attack. I mean, it does happen. Don't get me wrong, it does happen. These kinds of things do happen. Especially for the likes of Legendary you want to counter him in that way, because if he were to launch a second attack on you, you are quite screwed. I think that Sturdy Impact is the best A slot for, or the other one, the one that just came out now that I think Levitate has but Sturdy Impact is probably better. Most people are physical anyway, and the ones that aren't, well, I guess you could also use it to fight Manicheets. Well, regardless. Anyway, so here we go with this one, Spur Attack Speed. Now this one I actually am looking forward to working on very, very soon. The Spur Attack and Speed is incredibly useful. Now, it may not look like much. Oh, you have to stand next to your allies and give them a bargain attack speed, yeah. But, you know, if you're the type of horrible person who, I don't know, likes to use stupid things like Owl Tomes or using the Hell Empress Eureka or I don't know, you just use something stupid, just like Wings of Mercy to ruin people's day. 3 attack and 3 speed will make the world of difference and causes great pain to whoever on the receiving end of this 3 extra attack and speed. It's a big difference, it really is. So that's one thing I'm going to be maxing out on. My healers especially could use something like that, because they're always lacking on attack and speed. But once I have that and some stupid strategy going along with it, well, then again, any character could go with more attack and speed. So what am I saying here? Then finally, the final one is attack res bond. This one is not nearly as fun or exciting, especially since we have better bonds now, attack and speed. But, you know, wait, do we ever have dev res bond? I don't know, but attack and res is kind of it's okay. I mean, it's still good to have, especially for city healers. They're so city. They really need to get some better A slots. Well, aside from like serious, like premium ones, we do really need a skill refinery, because the A slot is so premium at the moment. It's I need to find some better ways to score myself some more bonus doubler now, to be honest. The bonus doubler is so good on them. But otherwise, I suppose healers do have close counter, and you know what, these things will help out to build up their damage a little bit when they do use their close counter. Oh, and guess what? What if that dude was using, hey, guess what, Spur Attack Speed? Oh, good, my healers are suddenly countering people to death and sucking all their blood. But that's about it for my assessment on the Tempest Trial stuff. Now let's go and do a couple battles. We'll talk about what I've been up to the last couple, because, you know, I haven't been playing the game for a bit. I've been really lazy. I mean, I did make some videos in advance, but I never actually got the time to develop them. So, that being said, let's go and get this done, and we'll talk about things as we go. So first, Mikoto will get completely destroyed by the Hell Empress Eureka. I'm currently building up the Hell Empress for all sorts of powerful uses. Probably an Aether Rage. Unfortunately though, she's not quite as powerful because the Queen's Watchdog, Corin Phantom Hive, cannot use his ability as AI. This is a little unfortunate because if bonds work for AI, oh man, there's going to be so much hell for the enemy for anyone to deal with. Oop, you did 10 damage.
I cannot allow this.
Allow me to suck that right back. Yep. Then Ylgr goes and fight Hell Empress Eureka. And Hell Empress Eureka slashes. Ooh, she survived. How wonderful. In that case, here, Corin, you take this one out. This one's all yours. So yeah, the last couple I've been playing a lot. And I mean a lot. Oh, hey, look, it's Jenny and Sonia sitting next to each other. That's really adorable. I've been playing a lot of Bloodstained, and Bloodstained is a lot of fun. I wasn't that into Castlevania back in the day, but I really appreciate that type of gameplay because, you know, retro gamers and whatnot. I'm pretty old. I've been playing games like these for a very long time, and
I cannot allow this.
Well, when Bloodstained came out, my buddy invited me to go and play the game because, you know, it's always fun to play games together with a pal. And since his time is a little limited, I tried to make time to play with him. But, you know, what ends up happening is that I get too into the game and stay up till goddamn,
if I must.
like 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 or 7 in the morning. You know how it goes. I'm just a horrible person, and this is what happens when you're a horrible person doing horrible things. But it is seriously a good game though, and the voice of Celica, Erica Lindbeck, is the main character, Miriam. And I thought that highly amusing, so and when I look at her, even the character looks kind of like, how should I call? She looks kind of like Homelesser Celica. Like she does have like kind of a Celica like curly hair, except that, well, there's this big black darkness covering what should have been her ginger hair. So, you know, it seemed like that she is actually Homelesser Celica, who became even more homeless since her encounter with Dong Master Alm. I guess I have to make a stupid video about it to describe what I'm imagining right now, because that's the only way for people to understand the type of brain damage that is currently going on in my head. Ooh, 16 damage. You know, I really was hoping for Kagero to have that poison dagger beefed up. That would have been really, really nice. That would have made her a lot scarier. Yeah, I mean, okay, she gets to negate, or not negate, but she gets to take half less damage, take 50% less damage if she were to initiate. Oh, wait a minute, it's just first attack, right? Does she even need to initiate? Regardless, it's pretty useful. It's like, hey, guess what? It's like having a sturdy impact. And you also get attack and speed, and it just makes the squishier Kagero very powerful in terms of being able to do 2 attacks safely. And since her attack is monstrously high, she could actually kill quite a few people. But, you know, she had like her own niche, and that is the fact that, oh, I have poison daggers. Infantry does not have a current weakness except for poison daggers. And, well, it would have made her a lot scarier if she had poison daggers to kill off the infantry units. I know, like, this game is currently spoiling infantry units with fun skills such as infantry breath, infantry, I don't even remember what that stupid thing called. Infantry rush. Right. I almost called it infantry blade, but that's not how it is. There's that. So I thought that infantry is in a good spot right now. I mean, yes, they've been kind of like, really boring because they don't have like move-specific skills such as gold or ward or something like that. But I feel that these days, with all the different skills that the C slot has, infantry is actually not that bad.
As you say.
not that bad at all. Infantry is in a pretty good spot already, and just having infantry pulse was already pretty damn deadly. So I don't know. I feel like infantry is getting a little bit spoiled. Not that I have a problem with that. It's just it would be kind of nice if Kagero could be back to where she was before in the beginning of the game, where her poison dagger, and I'm talking about the stupid poison dagger with like, what was it, like 6 or was it 4 or something might. She was still very scary in the beginning of the game, just because of the sheer fact that there is something that can destroy infantry so goddamn hard. And at the time, most of the powerful units are infantry. You're thinking about characters like Lucina or Ryoma or something else like that. And those guys were susceptible to that. Oh, Takumi, of course. Takumi, oh my god, he was so good back in the day. And now, what is he? Close counter fodder.
Now it's my turn.
Sadness to all. Then there's Eureka and, of course, Ino, who were pretty strong way back in the days. Now, I mean, there are a lot of more powerful infantry, but they're also kind of dragons.
Ready.
Let me park myself over here and destroy this Felicia. And Felicia, unfortunately, was very weak back then. And even now, the plate is nice, but she desperately needs more attacks. So we need to go and give her more ways to beef up her attack. Kind of like what happens with that fun little thing that we just saw earlier, that Spur Atk speed. There are many ways to beef up a unit's attack. So, I mean, the BST creep is a little unfortunate, but there are ways to play around it. I just wish that, you know, they don't make units like outright better than others in such a way. Because I actually like Bunny Crom a lot. Okay, I mean, like, Ylgr is like one of those old Japanese nobles with like these crazy ass eyebrows. I don't even know what they're called. They're like, I think they're called like morals or something like that. Anyway, those eyebrows are scary. They're just dots. How could people have eyebrows like that? It's terrifying.
Now it's my turn.
And well, I'm just not too interested in her as a character. I like Helbindi a lot, but you know,
Yes.
I don't seem to have any luck pulling for him, so there's that. Anyway, let's go move, heal up, Eureka. Man, we have to fight Helbindi soon. Oh, isn't he like an infantry as well still? Infantry is in a good spot right now because I look at their BST. It's like what, 173 now. They're like goddamn armor units now. I don't even know how high they plan on pushing BST at this point. It could be after this year. It goes up to like 200 or 220 or something like that next year. And then it goes up to 250, 300. Eventually, the units that we had in Gen 1 might as well just go and be sent home or something like that. The Dragon Flowers was an unfortunate thing that did not help solve this issue. It really should have. It really should have done that. They should have scaled it to like 15 for Gen 1s. But nah, you know, if you summon a Gen 1 unit, you can suck my nut, because you're not giving me any more money. So you can suck my nut.
If this is war,
I honestly, you know, if they have support in which, hey, look, you gotta spend some money to boost their stats or something like that, you know, and do it in a fun way where you have to go through a little character story or something like that to unlock the true potential of Gen 1 units, and it's only for Gen 1 units, then I would be, you know, willing to spend money on that, because hey, look, guess what, hey, my Crom, oh man, and that's the worst thing too about the seasonal units. The seasonal units have no longevity, because they don't get refinery. They do not get that. You have to completely rely on if the seasonal stuff or like some other skill inheritance weapons are good enough for you to actually use. Fortunately, there are a couple good ones, so they're not so bad off. But it would be nice if they have their own unique prep weapon. But Well, such as it is, that's what happens with seasonal units. You have to pay the price with them. Especially if they don't come with a prep. Now, there are certain... Ooh, did you just panic me? You're evil. I guess I kind of should have expected
Now
that.
it's my turn.
Well, you're still no match for me, though. Yeah, I guess he's not green. He's a sword now. How wonderful. How cute. Now you're gonna mess with Corin? Are you serious? You seriously thought that avoiding the Hell Empress would actually guarantee your safety? You are very, very wrong.
I choose to
I
stop
choose to stop you, choosy. And now, Helbindi has been defeated. I don't know why Choosie's favorite character isn't Corin or something, because he chooses a lot. That's all he does. The whole thing in Fates is about, oh, I gotta choose this or that. I don't even play Fates, and I can tell. It's like, hey, I'm Corin. My siblings, they don't like each other. Rather, my siblings from another countries, they don't like each other. I gotta choose the right side, and deal with the consequences of my actions. Ooh, I'm so grown up. I deal with my consequences because consequences will never be the same. Yada yada yada. So I thought, well, okay, it's kind of cute. Yep. Choosy should favorite character should be Corin. It would make the most sense to me. At any rate,
Did you call for me?
speaking of Fate, it has nothing to do with Fate. I am looking forward to Three Houses quite a bit, so you can stop asking that question. Of course I'm going to play Three Houses when it comes out, but unlike the other YouTubers who are like, oh shit, a new character shows up, we're going to talk about this character repeatedly, as if we've known them all our lives. I am not into that because I don't want to talk about the new characters right now, because I don't want to know anything about the new characters. The only thing I know is their name, like Linhard. Which is kind of funny because basically the child of the evil Reinhard and City Mongolian Lin, and probably rides a horse and shoots dire thunders at people with bow and arrow or something like that. Disgusting. That's probably what Linhard would do. But I know nothing else about the game because you know what? When a new game comes out, I don't want to be spoiled. I want to know nothing. I want to know absolutely nothing about the game. I want to enjoy it properly, like what I am doing right now with Bloodstained. Bloodstained is amazingly fun. I have a great time with it, and now I'm going to get stabbed in the ass twice. Oh, no, 4 times. Because of Swordbreaker, a bell. That's right. But, well, you can't do shit. Get the fuck out of here. You dare challenge the Hell Empress? You've got a death wish. So I want a fresh experience, and that is why I'm not doing any videos on Three Houses. Besides, it's out in like a month. It'll be a short wait. And when it comes out, dude, I'm gonna play the hell out of it. I'm just gonna do nothing else but play that game. Maybe I might even not make any Heroes or Dragalia Lost videos because I'd be too preoccupied dealing with the Three Houses. At least I hope Three Houses won't be stupid like Fates and have 3 different games, but they don't. I can't imagine them having it now when I don't see anything, right? So it should be okay. There should be no nasty surprises, and if there is, then I'll be deeply disappointed with them. No, I think what they're gonna do is they're just gonna have a million DLCs. Oh yeah, you get to see Edgelord, Edelgard. In a swimsuit. Oh boy, that's $10 right there. You get to go to a beach with her pals. How wonderful. That's $10. Or maybe they may have something like what they did with Awakening. I think they probably have that in Fates too, where the game's too hard. Here's some exponential EXP thing, and you get to go and fight some mobs that gives you tons of EXP. You don't have to worry anymore. You can repeat that quest no matter how many times you like. That sort of thing. Oh, by the way, that's also $10, so fuck off. That's probably how they're gonna do it. I don't know. I mean, I had this conversation a little bit before about with my on stream about
Let's go.
what Fire Emblem is now these days. It's like not Fire
Did you
Emblem,
call for me?
because some people think that the modern Fire Emblem is not Fire Emblem anymore. I don't quite agree with that either, because in all honesty, I feel that Fire Emblem it needs to have a little bit of change. It needs to be made fresh in some ways. It just can't be like the same old thing over and over again with just different characters. Some people like it, they're purists, that's great, but I think that it does get boring. But I don't quite like it if, well,
If this is war,
they just kind of shit DLCs on our faces all day and night as well, with pretty much
as you
this.
say.
I don't know. I feel like the characters are kind of. I mean, I haven't seen any of the Three Houses character, but I don't know. It feels kind of. How do I describe it? It feels kind of dry. Maybe it's the art that's bothering me. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Did you
It's just
call
that
for
I
me?
don't know. It just feels kind of dry. I mean, I guess it's probably because I don't know anything about the characters, but. I just can't help this feeling that it just feels dry. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just because I
I will give it my all.
but hopefully, maybe it's the background. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's just the whole background of the character, of the stage of the world at the moment. It's like, oh, we go to school. Oh, we go to war. I don't know. It just feels a lot more serious. I think that's a good way to put it. Feels a lot more serious. Feels a lot more serious compared to the other Fire Emblems. Well, I haven't played Fate, so I really can't say for sure. But with Awakening, it feels like when I first saw the opening, you know, when our pal Crom and our pal Robin goes and fight Valador, I thought that it was kind of cartoony, and I like that kind of stuff. When I just love that kind of cartoony villain thing. Hopefully they might have that. I don't know, maybe because I'm kind of immature for my age. But when they fight and Valador laughs after Crom getting a stick up. Well, he didn't get it up his ass, but he got it in his chest, just like, and he ends up dying, and then you hear Valador just, I just love that kind of shit. Oh man, I just love these cartoon villains and their stupid laughs. And now, the Queen's Watchdog is now raised to A support. How wonderful! Hell Empress Eureka with this, and her pet fox is practically unstoppable.
Yes.
I mean, we look at her stats now. It's like, what, 60, 49, 42, 38. I choose to raise her attack, which is probably the best option because she gets a super boon in it, 4.
All right.
And then you have the bonuses from her weapon, and you have the bonuses from Corrin, and then you can add the foxes thing. You are pretty much unstoppable, and if you were to be stupid and a horrible person and give yourself bonus doubler, then you're just like walking destruction. You just, well, for melee units. But I don't know.
If I must.
The idea with these skills is better to have distant counters, so you can kill things as you please. Hey, look, I'm Tsubaki. I've got this like sapphire weapon. I can't do anything against you. You're too strong for me.
Adore me.
But Tsubaki does have 1,000,000 defenses, so he's also kind of hard to take down.
I will find
Therefore, I'm gonna drive Veronica over and teach him a lesson.
Yes.
And now I'm gonna go
As you
and
say.
All right.
Let's go.
toss your ass out. That's
Let's go.
one thing I'll do. And then just sit here. Ylgr did nothing this whole time, but that's okay. It's not a big deal. Oh look, it's Corrin versus Hell Empress Celica. Spray in my face. I'm not bothered because I'm wearing sunglasses. Ha ha ha. You
I'm here. Look at you.
Lucky you! Oh, guess what? My healers can... Damn it. I'm gonna do 3 more damage. And I wanted to get my Veronica to plus attack instead. I had a plus attack Veronica when I was doing the summons before, but damn it, I guess I just didn't have enough foresight. I should have chose plus attack rather than plus speed for her. Plus speed is amazing,
Now it's my turn.
especially before she attacks, but I don't know. I feel like she's more of an initiator type. And having 3 more attack on her is a lot more threatening than anything else. At any rate, let's go and destroy this whole little gathering, and then we'll call it a day with this inane mumbling that I've been doing. I apologize. I have just been so into other games at the moment that I haven't been thinking about Fire Emblem Heroes or Dragalia Lost for some time. I'm also going to make that video that I actually already produced, well, not produced, but recorded for the Ylgr sieges about this setup that I made.
Now it's
So
my turn.
I'll probably put that up within the next days or so. Right now I have some free time because, hey, my buddy
Did you
is
come for me?
has to work all day and he can't come home as quickly, and he also lives in a place where he gets 3 hours advantage over me, so
I will give it.
yeah, I have to stay up late for him, and he just gets to well, not lose as much sleep as I do. What a piece of shit. Damn 3 hour advantage. At any rate, let's go take out Ylgr. Smash his face in, and then we'll run over here with Corrin and Choopy Choos to destroy Helbindi. Man, it would have been... I like Helbindi, don't get me wrong, but I thought it might have been so much funnier if Surtur was the one going to the beach. Speedo Surtur. I thought that's far more funnier. I mean, Helbindi is cool, no matter which costumes he wears. He's always going to be cool. But I want to see Surtur look like a clown. That would have been great. That would have been beautiful. But no. We're going to have Helbindi instead. Oh well. And of course we have Ylgr breaking the ice. But I'm not into Ylgr, and far more interested in Levitain, but I don't want to summon on this banner at all. Oh, well, Gunthra also as well. I am also a big fan of Gunthra, but you already know about that, especially with that silly little video that I made way back in the day. But yeah, I wish I had more excuses to summon for Levitain, especially the healer one that I had for New Year's. Well, I didn't summon on New Year's, but I summoned recently on the Legendary banner. Speaking of which, I'll probably be playing around the Legendary banner soon. Actually, I even need to like summon some heroes. Maybe I should do them now. You know what? I'll wait for later. I have how many days? Let's see. 4 days. 4 days for... Hopefully then I'll get to see the Legendary banner announced. And then I'll decide on how to spend my orbs. I only have like 100 something, but I do have a couple more orbs hidden in my presents list and in my other stashes, also known as, hey, I have to finish my Paralogs stash. I have to still finish my Chain Challenge stash. So I might summon at the end of the month, depending on how the Legendary banner holds. I was thinking about doing the Bridal banner to try again for Bridal Fjorm, but in the end I got cold feet and I didn't do it. But thinking back on it, maybe that was a bad idea, because the land orders is really disgusting. It would have been really bad for people to deal with in Aether raids, which is basically what I'm summoning characters for these days. Just summoning stupid healers and techniques to make healers give people cancer in Aether raids, and then I can make video about them and be amused. Because when you fight AI, it's so much easier, but when AI has to fight enemy units versus people with brains, or lack thereof, in their heads, it's a lot more interesting. It's a lot more interesting to see live humans dealing with the shit that you put as your defense. That is, the replay is the best option that this game ever had. It made the game so much more interesting. The Rooker sieges, not so much. I got bored of that within like the first 2 or 3 days, and that well, probably even just the first day. And that is why I wasn't rushing to make any more videos after that. And the first day, I was so tired, I forgot how Obstruct worked. It was kind of embarrassing. So I was so embarrassed, I decided, oh, you know what, screw it. I'll just wait a bit before making it more videos. Which I actually did end up with a nice build, but hey, guess what? By then, stupid Bloodstained has taken up all my time. At any rate, I gotta stop this inane rambling. I thank you all for joining with me today as we talk about the Tempest trials and various things in this in Fire Emblem Heroes and etc. Until next time.